Good morning, everyone. I'm here today to give you some motivation about your decision making. I'm Suzanne Taylor King, business coach for entrepreneurs. And in the past 2 or 3 weeks, I've had to make some massive decisions about my business. And I wanted to share with you a process that I learned from my time with Tony Robbins in a group coaching program, with Brendan Bouchard in another group coaching program, and with my time with Brian Johnson in Optimize. And when it comes to decision making, if you learn these basics that I'm going to share with you today, I hold nothing back in these live trainings. Um, if you apply these things, these steps, and they're really simple. If you're joining me live, please say hello. I always love customizing my content for who's joining me and where they're joining me from, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. All right, so your success really depends on your ability to make decisions. Hey, Facebook user, don't know who you are because it just says Facebook user, but hey as well. Your success really depends on your ability to make decisions. Good morning, Charlotte. So that success is incremental improvements are just accelerated when you know how to make decisions. It also prevents stagnation, getting stuck in the same repeating pattern. So being able to decide what to let go of quickly, it helps your success factor. Um, and your current thoughts and actions, I wrote this down. Your current thoughts and actions have produced the business you have now. If you want more or different, you must do different or more. Hmm, that's a thought to ponder. Now, how do you do that? Number one, raise your standards. This is huge. And this is aspirations, expectations, boundaries, and my favorite, newest one, accessibility. So be approachable, not accessible. Thank you, Mary, for my mentor for that one. Number two, believe in yourself. No matter what, fall in love with your business. But you can only fall in love with your business and your solution for your ideal client if you're in love with yourself. You have to be confident in yourself. You have to trust yourself. That's where good decisions come from. All right, number three, adopt the new strategies. Don't just be out there learning, taking notes, and absorbing things. Actually take action on those new things. And I wrote down find a mentor, a coach, a book, a course that uses that person's expertise. I'm going to give you an example. I'm working on my YouTube channel right now. If you're joining me live on YouTube, what's up? Thank you very much. And I didn't know how to do it. And I wanted a strategy for growth that was more than just the technical aspects of how to hashtag, how to thumbnail, how to SEO, all that stuff. I wanted the strategy in coming up with the titles and the content and all of that. So I found a book on that exact topic after talking to 3 or 4 people who are doing really well on YouTube, borrowing their 10,000 hours of work on YouTube. They all 3 of them recommended this same book. If you want the name of the book, just drop it in the comments and I'll come back and give you that book on YouTube. So really diving into that book helped me borrow those three people who are already doing well on YouTube, helped me borrow their knowledge, and then I'm able to see how they're using that knowledge and I can implement that myself. So once you make the decision to do something, I want to monetize my YouTube channel and all these videos I do on Facebook, they're all over on my YouTube channel. So how can I monetize that YouTube channel and have it draw people back to my website, my Facebook group, and working with me? That's all I wanted. It's the next platform for me. So first was Facebook, then LinkedIn, now it's YouTube. So by making that decision that that's my next social media platform, then I know who to go look for and I know how to borrow their expertise. Let me know if that makes sense so far. Now, the what you need to do is ask yourself these three questions each night. And this really helps. I asked these three questions last night after a kind of lackluster event that I hosted yesterday. I host a networking event once a month. Over 800 people get invited, and I only had 12 attend. Well, I have to make a decision in that regard. Does it make sense for me to continue promoting, advertising, messaging, emailing 800 and some people in my Facebook group if only 12 are going to come? That's a really hard decision for me. Hey, Kevin, what's up? Great. Great to have you catch me live. Thank you. So, those three questions, and after this lackluster event yesterday, I have a decision to make about my time. And I asked myself this question first. What did I learn today? I learned that emailing, messaging, hosting an event in a Facebook group really is not getting me the results that I want or the attendance that I want. Now, what good comes from that is probably an extra 5 hours a month if I don't do that event anymore. So that's the pros of me making the decision not to do that event anymore. All right, number two, what did you enjoy about your day? I had a packed day with clients yesterday. I also enjoyed making a spreadsheet for my membership community, which will be all the links to everything you could imagine for my clients. Super excited about a spreadsheet. Ridiculous. Um, and number three, how did I make a contribution or improvement to someone else? So they're my three questions every day. And my reflection yesterday made me realize I have more decisions to make about my business. What more needs to go so I can accomplish a couple really big goals by January? Goal number one, finish my book. Goal number two, finish the book funnel and all the marketing that goes with that. And I have a team that helps me with that. Number three, land a six-figure client. And let me tell you, that is no easy goal. It requires focus and calm and being centered and grounded and making the decision to let shit go. All right. Happy Friday to you, Darlene. Great to see you. All right. So, that destiny you're searching for, that success in your business, I'm going to say, is one decision away. One, just one. Decide to make the changes. I'm going to pause there for effect. Decide to make the changes that need to happen. Commitment to do what is necessary to get to your goal. And when I tell you That is the hardest part of any goal, to be 110% committed to your goal of either getting in shape, losing weight, making more money in your business, up leveling your offers, your pricing, your online influence or authority. It is a commitment that you have to commit to 110% unless you want it to take 20 years to get to your goal. And I don't know about you, I've waited long enough to hit my goals. So, um, how do you bring that to actually happening? Of course, I have 4 steps for that. Decide what you want to accomplish, write it down, write it down everywhere, write it on your hand. I don't care. Number 2, take the steps to achieve it. If you don't know the steps, find somebody who knows the steps. There's a book for absolutely everything you want to learn. And if you're struggling with something and you need a resource, let me know in the comments and I'll tell you what book to go buy without a doubt that will get you to your goal. Number 3, assess, pivot, and tweak. Because if you're not getting to your goal, and there's so many coaches out there, I think 94% of coaches make under $100,000 a year. And out of that 94%, most make under $30,000 a year. And there's more than enough work and more than enough clients for everyone. So if you're not hitting, excuse me, if you're not hitting that goal, there's something about your offer. Sorry, I'm losing my voice because I'm getting passionate here. You need to assess what's working, what's not, pivot what's not, and tweak everything to match it. Don't get stuck in tweak mode all the time. I didn't say twerk, I said tweak. Don't get stuck there constantly changing. That's not what I mean. But if you have an offer that's not working, a webinar that's not converting, an event that you don't have more than 50 people in the room once a month, once a week, something needs to change. Something needs to tweak or pivot. And then number 4, continue with 1, 2, and 3 until you reach your goal. And this is drive, this is motivation, but it comes down to making the decision. Again, let's end the decision fatigue. And one example of decision fatigue could be doing too many things. If you are posting content, doing videos, doing a podcast, writing blogs, being a guest on someone else's podcast, then you're posting in Facebook groups, you're trying to grow your community. Does this sound familiar? You can't do all of that. And I've realized, even having a team behind me to help, I don't want to do all of those things. So get really clear with yourself. So this decision making is a muscle. You can grow it, you can make it stronger. And I'm going to have a workshop coming up on skills to build your decision making muscle that also find you between 10 and 20 hours a week, 10 to 20 hours more a week by taking stuff off of your calendar and how to do that. So, strength building of the decision making muscle. Remember, the power of making decisions will transform your business. How to get better at it? Make a lot of them. Make a lot of decisions. And then once you know what decisions move the needle, stick with those. Some very, very successful people, and I started doing this, they wear the same thing all the time. So I have white t-shirts, black t-shirts, black dressy shirts, white dressy shirts. They go with everything. There's no decision required because if I grab a pair of pants any of those shirts, any of those sweaters. Go with it. There's no decision needed. It's amazing, amazing. Learn from your successful and your failed decisions. This is huge. When you learn from your mistakes, life accelerates because you're willing to look at yourself. You're willing to say, okay, so I had this networking event yesterday. Only 12 people showed up. What did I do wrong? I know exactly what it is. There was numerous things that could have been done better. Am I willing to do those things better, or is it something that needs to leave my calendar? This is huge. Um, Commit to what you want, but be flexible. So I'm committed to my business goals. I have a new website coming next week or the week after. It's almost done. I have a book coming out by January 1. I have so many things happening in my business. And I've decided, right? I'm 100%, 110% committed to those things, but I'm also flexible in how they would happen. I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions at all. Then I want to tell you something about making a bold decision. Making a decision that's bold and fearless. Let me tell you the confidence. Let me tell you the empowerment that you will feel. You will have a sense of self that's stronger, that is more attractive to other people. And this, I made one decision a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago now. And so far, the reaction to that decision has been 98% positive. People love it. But one person hated it. She was pissed off about it. She ridiculed me. She tried to make me feel bad and small. And because of the empowerment I felt about that decision, it didn't affect me. So you're also, by making great decisions, you're building that resilient muscle. Um, yeah, Darlene says, absolutely. All right. How do you control your decision making? Number one, decide what to focus on. Number two, decide what certain things mean, right? Decide what certain things mean. If you have low attendance to an event, it either means people aren't interested in your event, the title stinks, the message in the event stinks. Maybe you spent the whole time talking about yourself instead of your audience's pain points. That happens all the time. We've all been to those workshops and those webinars where me, I'm so great. I'm so great. I did this and I did this and I did this and I did this. And this is why you should buy my $10,000 program. And you don't take one note and you don't even know why you blocked out the hour. Well, let's commit to doing something different and decide what those things mean. If you're running events or you're running workshops and it's not making you money, not turning those people that attend into clients, you are doing something wrong. Okay. Decide if it's producing the results you want. And if it's not, let it go, tweak it, pivot, do all those things. And if you're not living the life that you want from your business, if you're not living the life you want from your business, I'm going to challenge you. Decide today that that business will be different and what you need to do to make it different. Because listen, as I've been an entrepreneur for 35 years, and I just thought about my very first business when I had a retail chain of stores and one of my employees was stealing from me. I let him do it. I watched him do it. I watched him plan it. And it was over the period of a couple days, a very large amount of merchandise. And I remember the confrontation like it was yesterday because that business meant the world to me. I had spent money on that merchandise that he was going to walk out the back door with. And the empowerment of that decision, like nobody's going to take advantage of me, nobody's going to steal from me, made it easy for me to say, hey, what's up? Where are you going with that? And if you don't have that sense of empowerment about your business, whether it's saying no to someone, hey, Darlene, you're so great. I'd love you to come to this thing I'm having. If you don't have the power to say no to that, well, then I'm going to challenge you that you don't have a life that is really of your choosing. You're letting other people decide where your life and where your business needs to go. All right. So, last tip, practice on the smaller decisions. Today, moving forward after this conversation, I would love to hear how you're shifting those smaller decisions. Are you going to wear the same color t shirt every day or every other day? Are you going to stop going to 20 events per week just because your inner circle invites you? I guarantee that by making stronger, more empowered decisions with the framework I've given you today, you will find at least 5 hours a week to work on that next big, hairy, audacious goal of yours. All right, I'm Suzanne Taylor King, business coach for entrepreneurs, and I'd love to hear in the comments what you think about these decision making skills and how, please tell me how you're going to change your decision making process and what's the first decision you're going to make in your business so that your business gives you the life that you deserve. Have an awesome weekend and can't wait to hear your answers. You're welcome, Charlotte. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon.